All right, strap in, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most audacious FBI operations in history, Operation Donnie Brasco.
This one, it really takes you into the heart of the mafia.
And we've got this incredible YouTube video as our guide. We'll uncover how it all went down, but more importantly, we'll examine how it changed the fight against organized crime, like forever.
Yeah, it's fascinating how they went after the very core of organized crime, disrupting their money flow, exposing your structure, understanding their reach.
So picture this, 1976, New York City. Truck hijackings were rampant. The FBI realized, chasing each stolen shipment wasn't enough.
Exactly. They needed a new strategy, a more proactive approach. Instead of focusing on the individual criminals, they shifted their attention to the fences, the ones buying and reselling all those stolen goods, cut off the financial incentives, dismantle the whole system.
Smart, like pulling a thread to unravel a sweater. So for this intricate plan, they needed someone who could blend seamlessly into that world. Enter Joe Pistone, a seasoned FBI agent with the perfect background. Italian-American, street smart, a master of undercover work.
And his transformation into Donnie Brasco, the jewel thief, was incredible. It wasn't just a new name. He had to learn the entire jewelry trade, from gems and security systems to the street value of stolen goods.
Imagine the personal sacrifice, though. Leaving his family behind for who knows how long, living under constant threat of exposure. It's got to take a toll, right?
Absolutely. The mental strain of undercover work is immense. Living a lie, isolation, always looking over your shoulder, makes you question your own identity.
We all wear different masks, in
Yeah.
a way, depending on the situation, but this was on another level.
For sure, he had to become Donnie Brasco, not just play him.
So Pistone, now Donnie, starts frequenting mob hangouts, slowly gaining trust, becoming part of that world. Sounds like a slow burn, though, right? Not like the fast-paced action in the movies.
Those early days were crucial. It was all about being meticulous, observing, learning the unspoken rules, building relationships without raising suspicion.
A delicate balance,
Yeah.
fitting in while staying true to the mission.
Exactly.
And it was during this slow burn that Pistone had a chance encounter that would change everything. He decided to test a bartender. He's suspected of having mob ties. Offered him some diamonds, just to see.
A calculated risk, for sure, to establish credibility without blowing his cover.
And weeks later, the bartender comes through with an envelope full of cash. Donnie Brasco was officially in the game.
But this is where things get even more intense.
Oh?
Because Pistone is then introduced to Gilly, a made man in the mafia. This wasn't just some low-level associate. This was someone deeply embedded, bound by a strict code of conduct.
Whoa. So the operation shifts from, like, small-time crooks to infiltrating the core of the mafia itself.
Exactly.
Hold on, though. What does being a made man even entail? It sounds like more than just being a member of the mob.
Oh, yeah. It means you're formally inducted into a mafia family. It comes with immense responsibility, a code of silence omerta, and severe consequences for breaking the rules.
So Pistone's wading into dangerous waters now.
No doubt, navigating a world of loyalty, betrayal, and deadly secrets.
Okay, so Pistone's in deep with this made man now. But to truly gain acceptance, he had to prove himself right. Show he could bring in the big bucks.
Exactly. He needed to be seen as an earner, a valuable asset.
But how'd he pull that off while undercover?
Well, this is where it gets kind of wild. The FBI actually supplied him with confiscated jewelry and watches to support his cover.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. Like, they were running a prop department for a fake jewel thief. It's pretty crazy when you think about it.
Really blurs the lines, doesn't it? Did that raise any ethical flags within the FBI? Weren't they worried about this stuff ending up back in the wrong hands?
It definitely pushes the boundaries. They had to walk a tightrope, making sure those items didn't contribute to more crime while still maintaining Pistone's cover.
So they're balancing the needs of the operation with, like, the bigger picture of fighting crime.
It definitely forced them to rethink their methods, adapt to this unprecedented situation.
Makes sense. So Pistone's reputation grows, he's bringing in money, and he's introduced to even bigger players in the Bonanno family. Tony Mira, a powerful drug dealer, and Lefty Ruggiero, a hitman. Must have been intense being around these guys day in and day out.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine the pressure. Always on edge, knowing one wrong move could expose him.
Yeah, stressful doesn't even begin to cover it.
Pistone later said he almost felt detached, like he was just observing it all. A coping mechanism, maybe, to deal with the psychological strain?
Wow. But even under that pressure, he managed to gather crucial intel. What kind of information was he feeding back to the FBI?
This wasn't just about busting individual crimes. Pistone was providing a glimpse into the mafia's inner workings. Their hierarchy, rackets, codes of conduct, power struggles, it was invaluable.
He was painting a whole picture of the mafia, not just isolated incidents.
Exactly. It helped the FBI understand them on a whole new level.
And did that lead to any big breakthroughs?
Oh, definitely. One of the most significant was the pizza connection.
Pizza connection, what's that?
This massive heroin trafficking ring operating out of, you guessed it, pizza restaurants.
Seriously?
It's crazy, right? Showed how far their reach extended and how seemingly unrelated activities could be intertwined.
Organized crime hiding in plain sight. Makes you wonder, like, what else is out there?
Right, it's everywhere.
So as Pistone climbs the ranks, the danger must have escalated. Were there any moments where he thought he was blown?
There were some close calls. One especially tense situation involved Tony Mira, the drug dealer. He got suspicious of Pistone, accused him of stealing, and demanded a sit-down.
A sit-down. That doesn't sound good.
Basically an informal trial, their way of resolving disputes and enforcing their code.
Yikes. So Pistone's brought before these high-ranking mobsters, his life hanging in the balance. How'd he get out of that one?
Luckily, he'd earned the trust of another mobster, Sonny Black. He vouched for Pistone during the sit-down.
Yeah. Talk about a close shave. It's amazing how trust and deception go hand in hand in that world.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Sonny Black, what was their relationship like?
It was complicated. Sonny Black became a mentor to Pistone, offered guidance, protection, but he was also a ruthless criminal, deeply embedded in that world.
A weird mix, huh? Trust and shared experiences, all built on a lie.
Yeah, pretty messed up.
And is this relationship that led to one of the most dramatic turns in the whole operation. Sonny Black proposed Pistone for membership in the Bonanno family.
Wow.
Talk about high stakes. Did the FBI even consider letting him go through with it? I mean, becoming a made man, that'd be incredible access, but also insanely dangerous.
Yeah, a total game changer, the intelligence they could have gotten.
But ultimately...
Pistone's safety had to come first.
Right, of course. Even if it meant ending the operation early. So how'd they get him out? I imagine it couldn't have been easy.
It was a delicate operation, that's for sure. They had to move fast before any ceremony could happen. Staged a raid on one of the mob's businesses.
Distraction.
Exactly. Pulled Pistone out under the guise of an arrest, like he was just another guy caught in the sweep.
Smart. But what about Sonny Black? What happened when he found out the truth about Pistone?
It's a sad ending, honestly. The FBI had to tell him, show him the pictures. There was Pistone, right there with the crew.
Oof, I bet that was rough.
Sonny Black knew what it meant. Bringing an undercover agent into the family, that's a death sentence in their world.
So did he try to go after Pistone? Or the FBI?
They offered him protection, a chance to testify, start over, new identity, the whole 9 yards. But Sonny Black, he stuck to the code. Omerta, face the music.
Wow, the mafia's hold. Even after all that, it's pretty powerful stuff.
Shows you how deep those loyalties run.
So what ended up happening to him?
They called him to a meeting. A couple weeks later, he never came back. Found his body later. It's a reminder, the mafia doesn't mess around.
No kidding. Heavy stuff. But stepping back, was Operation Donnie Brasco ultimately a success?
Oh, absolutely. Over 200 convictions. Big names like Tony Mira, Lefty Ruggiero, they all went down. Crippled the Bonanno family, disrupted their operations nationwide.
It's amazing to think all that came from one guy going undercover.
It really changed how the FBI tackles organized crime. Long-term infiltration, intelligence gathering, targeting their finances. It all proved incredibly effective.
This deep dive into Operation Donnie Brasco has been, honestly, mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's one for the books.
Not just the operation itself, but the whole idea of undercover work, the risks, the sacrifices, the moral dilemmas.
And it makes you think, right, where do we draw the line? How far is too far in the pursuit of justice?
Big questions, no easy answers. But that's what makes these deep dives so fascinating. They challenge us, make us think critically about the world around us.
Absolutely. It's not just about the facts, it's about the implications.
So there you have it, folks. Operation Donnie Brasco. The story of courage, betrayal, and the blurred lines between right and wrong. We hope you found it as gripping as we did. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.